Coloring pictures saved my year. Salut, c'est Aurélie. I guess that you must be a little bit intrigued by such a title and such a beginning, but let me explain it to you. But first, in case I'm not using the right vocabulary and words, what I mean by coloring books and coloring pictures, it's when you have a drawing with only the black lines. It's when you put the colors into that drawing with pens, pencils, whatever you want. So yeah, the action of you putting the colors. So hope I'm using the right vocabulary, but in case I'm not, you know what I'm talking about. So how and when did I start coloring books? Well, it happened last semester. I think it was in February or March. I don't really remember, but it was during the COVID pandemic. And I don't know about you, but for me, I had everything online. Literally every lessons online. I know that in some countries or even some Belgian universities, it was half at uni, half online, but for me it was 100% online. And I guess that you experienced it, but it's very hard to stay focused and not getting bored when you have hours and hours of lessons that you have to be there, but you have to be sitting on your chair behind your desk, behind your computer on your desk and blah blah blah. That's very hard. So at some point, when I would get bored or when I couldn't focus anymore, I would grab my phone and be scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, instead of listening to the lesson. Of course, that's not a good thing to do, but that's what I did. Sorry. And yes, at some point, I think it was in March, February, I decided to tidy a bit my bedroom, and I found that coloring picture book, I don't know how to say it, but you get the idea. And I don't know, something just clicked in my brain, in my mind. I was like, maybe instead of just getting bored and scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, instead of that, I could be putting the colors into those drawings. And that's what I did. So every time I couldn't focus anymore, or I would get bored because hours and hours of online lessons, and when you've just had an hour and a half of lesson and you still have 30 minutes to go and it's 9:30 in the morning, and that's pretty hard. So I would just grab my drawing book and I would be coloring it, and it was really nice because it would put me in a state of mind full of peacefulness and tranquility, and I really loved it. And I know that for me it was coloring pictures, but for other friends it was painting or doing some stitching and stuff. So yes, I know I'm not the only one who used an artistic way to get over the situation, because maybe I was a bit exaggerating with the word saved, but it really helped me during the pandemic. I wasn't depressed or anything, or at least I don't think I was. But some days it was pretty hard to get motivated, and because to skip school you just didn't have to join that Zoom or Teams meeting. I mean, it was pretty easy to just do nothing and stuff. So having that coloring book, in a kind of way, it helped me, because I was like, okay, every day I'm gonna do one drawing, and And yeah, after 2 3 months I had done all of them, so I bought new ones. And now I've got maybe 5 or 6 drawing books with all different themes and stuff. So I don't know. Yes, in a way it did help me a lot. And of course, maybe you can find that state of mind, that tranquility when you're exercising, doing sport, but I think it's a bit different because when you do a sport, of course you can see your progression, but it's not as obvious as it is when you're doing an artistic thing. Because, I mean, of course, you can see that if before you were struggling to run for 10 minutes and then you can easily run for 20, you can see that you've improved. But it's not, or at least from my point of view, and what I think right now, it's not something you can see every day. But when you're coloring books or painting or whatever, every time you touch that paper, you can see that there's a new thing on it, a new color, a new color. So I don't know. I think, or at least in my mind, it's pretty different. But of course, doing a sport, it's very good too because you get to get rid of all of your thoughts and stuff, and you're burning some calories, which is pretty cool. So yes. Anyway, so yes, of course, I'm not encouraging you to just quit university and not going to your lessons anymore and just start coloring books. Of course not. But if you feel a bit overwhelmed by the whole situation, maybe that finding an artistic way to express yourself, it's gonna help you. It helped me. So yes. And now that we have not most, now I've got all of my lessons at uni, I don't have that need to color that book pictures, book stuff anymore. I still do it from time to time because I do like it, but it's not a need anymore. So yes, in the end, maybe I guess it really saved my semester, my year, because I think that's something I'm gonna keep doing in the future. Plus, I've still got like 5 or 6 coloring books, and not all of them are full. So yes. So who knows? Maybe that me telling you that right now you're just like, okay, cool, that's it. Next video, next episode. But maybe that yes, in a few weeks or month or years you're gonna be, oh, I remember that girl, that Belgian girl with that big and thick French accent. She was saying that coloring pictures helped her. Maybe I can try it, and poof, you're gonna love it. I don't know, but yeah, really helped me, and I think that's it. So please don't quit university to get into that, or if you do so, well, it's I mean, it's not my fault. I'm not responsible of anything, but finding an artistic way to express yourself, I think it can only be a positive thing. That's it. See you next week. Bye.